Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a look and a review on this Subculture palette. I'm also not going to do swatches with this just because Jacqueline and the BH one, I didn't do swatches for either just because everybody else and their mom is doing them. So I just wanted to do a look with this. I've seen some pretty bad things about this palette and then I've seen a couple good things, so hopefully it works well for me. First off, this packaging does get super dirty. This is only just primer on it because I just put primer on my face, so it's on my hands and it's already all over the palette. So I mean, it's not that bad. This one's it's really not that bad. I'm gonna start with taking this thing off. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get on into the look of this new Subculture palette from Anastasia. So I'm just gonna start with priming. I'm actually gonna use an actual eye primer because I usually just use concealer. This is the I Heart Color Intensity eyeshadow base from Essence. And I like this because it helps cover up some of my veiny eyes. And then this palette doesn't really have a setting shade. Just for me, I could use Dawn, but I think that's going to be a perfect transition shade. So I'm just going to go in with Tempera in my Modern Run palette. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with Dawn up here, and I'm just going to take an e.l.f. shader brush or blending brush, whatever it is. It already has a little bit of kick up. Not as much as I've seen yesterday in videos. I'm gonna try and stay in focus too. This shade, I'm not having too much problems blending out. All Raw Beauty Christie's yesterday review. Maybe she just had an awful palette, or I don't know, but it was not pretty. Her shades would not blend at all, so far so good with that just one eye. That actually blended out pretty nicely, and I'm not getting too much fallout. I'm just barely tapping because I don't want to lose my whole eyeshadow like how everybody else is. So far so good. This eye, no. God, I hate my lighting sometimes. I don't know why it does that. I film with a ring light and natural light because I'm right by a window, and I think that's just what it is, just my window. Next, I'm gonna go in on a fluffy wet mop brush that's somewhat-ish clean. I need to clean my brushes really bad. I'm gonna go in with Roxy, and this one had a lot of fallout. This is the one I saw. Okay, this one's not bad. If you barely tap your brush in, you really don't get a lot of fallout. You just can't go like this in with a lot of other brush palettes. So that one actually blended out really easily and very good. I had no problems with that one at all. That one blended very nicely. It took me 30 seconds actually. Yeah, I think maybe just some people are getting bad palettes. I'm really not having any troubles. I honestly did not come into this video. I haven't done any of the other shades. I should probably stop talking while I'm ahead. I went into this palette with very, very, very low hopes after seeing reviews. And then using my color switch, I'm gonna just clean off this brush because I want to use it again. And I want to go in with New Wave, which is an orangey yellow. I wanted to Edge, but I don't think I'll do that one today. And I'm gonna put this kind of same place as the orange, probably a little bit higher. Probably should have went in with the yellow first, but whatever. So far I've had no fallout either. I'm gonna start with Mercury. This one has a little bit of kick up when I do put my brush in, I'm barely. This one I'm just tapping like I was that other one. I don't know if you can see it, but focus. That one I'm barely touching. And it does have quite a bit of fallout too. I'm using my Anastasia brush. I think I might switch brushes though, because I don't think I really like this brush. This is just a Bazanti contour eyeshadow brush. I use this one like just about in every tutorial because I love this brush so much. And that one had a little bit more trouble to blend out, but this is a little bit darker too. And then just with this blending Go-To Tools brush, I'm gonna go in with Rowdy. This one does have a little bit more fallout than all the other ones. This one I am having a little bit of problems with. You can kind of see that line right there. Which I wasn't even trying to place it, I was trying to blend out that edge, but every time I put it right here on the center of my lid, it kind of just disappears. I'll go on with a different brush, with Rowdy. So I'll go on with another, this is a different e.l.f. blending brush. And I'll use this one and I'll kind of just like tap this into place. I won't try to blend like I did that other one. Right, that worked a little, sorry if you can't see. That worked a little bit better. But it still is very patchy, which sucks because that's such a pretty purple shade. Just try to build it up as best as I can. Let's see if it's in my hand. It looks so patchy right there where that purple is. Dang it, I spoke too soon. Alright, I'm gonna go in with a purple shade with my Tarte's Pro just because I gotta work today and I can't be going to work with eyeshadow like this. I'm just gonna go in with Vamp, which is kind of like the same shade. God, this looks freaking terrible. And it's just because the more you try to blend, the more it like blends together instead of like looking good. Like it kind of blends everything away. Like I'm not to the point where I'm gonna take off this eye look. Yeah, like I can't even blend anything over top of this. Oh god, this is not good. Then that purple from a different shade, from a different palette, looks terrible. I'm gonna have to wipe this off, I think. Guess I might just try to go in with Adorn. See if I can put it more on the lid to try to cover up this nasty purple. Nothing, I don't think anything is gonna help this. God, this looks so... Okay, I can't go to work like this. This has to come off. This looks so bad. Oh my god, it looks like a 12-year-old did my makeup. So I guess I'm gonna wipe off this makeup and I will come back after I do something else to my face. So I'll be right back. Alright, obviously I have changed. My makeup's obviously different. I just ended up using my Modern Red palette. I know everything looks terrible right now because I was kind of rushing. And then I realized I didn't have to rush because I would have been an hour early to work. So that's that. But I'm not gonna say that this palette's crap yet. I want to give it another test before I do use it and give my final opinion, so I'm gonna use it tomorrow. I don't think I'll use this Rowdy shade. This is what screwed up my eyeshadow look so bad today, but I'll just add on what I do the next day. Hopefully it ends up better. I should have a better opinion by the second look I do. I guess I'll just see you in like 2 seconds, but like tomorrow. Technically my times. I'm back. I know I look super weird right now because everything is done besides my eyes and my lips. Definitely gonna stay away from that Rowdy shade today because I'm just Not gonna deal with that again. I'm gonna start with putting a little bit of powder underneath my eyes. So I'm just gonna prime with this concealer that I usually like to prime with. This is the Sheer Envy Eye Brightening Concealer. And then I'm going to set that with my, what shade was this called? Tempera and my Modern Ren palette. So I'm gonna start off with Dawn right here like I did yesterday. Roxy I had no problems with in Edge until I went in with Rowdy. But the Dawn, I don't think a lot of the yellows really have problems. I mean, they do have a lot of kick up, I will say that. They're definitely easier to work with, but I do realize like this looks more like a light brown neutral, and then like on the eyelid it's like very orangey. All right, next I'm gonna go back in with Roxy on a different blending brush from Wet n Wild. I don't have much trouble blending these ones out. These ones are actually blending out really nicely, kind of like the Modern Ren palette. And some people are, I was like this, I still am like this too. I know a lot of other people that I feel like they're kind of telling themselves that this is a good palette because they like, I'm doing this myself too, because the shades are so pretty, and that's why I'm mostly disappointed more than anything, just because this is such a different palette than what's out there. It's what I was so excited about, because I'm like, this is a perfect grungy like retro palette. There's nothing like it. Next I'm gonna go in with New Wave, mainly on like the outer corner. And this one, no problems either. And then next I'm gonna go in with Destiny, which is my name. And this is like the perfect shade for my name because I love this green military shade. I'm gonna go in with a little bit like just in my crease. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Just gotta go in with a very light hand with that shade. I think that actually looks pretty good. Right there. That looks pretty cool. I've never done anything like this. This is like one of the most colorful eye look I've ever done. I mean, it still kind of looks a little patchy, I will say that, but I don't think it looks terrible, honestly. Alright, and then I'm gonna go in with New Wave under the eye too. I'm just gonna take an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. Don't really know what this name is, but it's just kind of like a, looks like a packing brush, and it fits perfect underneath the lash line. I'm gonna go in with Fudge a little bit under that green. I can't get this eye to look like that eye for nothing. I don't know why. Not having too much problems with Fudge either. Like, even though the shades are still not the best, these are a lot more workable than that Rowdy shade. And then I want to go in with Adorn on the lid, I think. I'm gonna go in a little bit of Destiny too on my lash line. I'm just using this because I want it really tight to my lash line. So I'm gonna go in with Adorn. I'm gonna try to go in with my finger at first. Kind of tap on my finger. This Adorn shade's really not that bad either. But honestly, I still think this is blended out like crap, but it's the best that we're gonna be getting out of this palette. Alright, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of wing eyeliner, put on mascara, and I will be right back. I know my hair looks pretty crazy, but it's still wet and I don't want to brush it while it's wet. So with this palette, I honestly still just don't know about this palette. Like, there's some things, like, it looks decent today for the most part. I mean, it could be better, but it could have been a lot worse. I'm just gonna have to keep playing around with this, but like, there's already pretty good dent in, is that Adorn? Pretty good dent in Adorn and pretty good dent in Destiny, and that's just for me using like that with the brush. Roxy and Dawn looks good. New Wave kind of has a dent, and this is the second time I've really used this palette. So I think they have a lot of issues that they need to work out before they keep selling it. I know they're not gonna take it off the market, but they just need to. They shouldn't have even released it into Sephora and Ulta and Macy's, to be honest. It needs to just come off the shelves, and they need to work out the kinks of whatever's wrong with it. I don't know why they didn't just stick with the Modern Renaissance palette, because that palette was perfect. I don't know what they were thinking on this palette, to be honest. I mean, it's not bad if you work with it. It's not like Modern Ren where you can kind of just do an eyeshadow look in 5 minutes and go. This took me at least a good 20 minutes just to blend everything out. It takes a lot more work. Definitely, if you were new in makeup, do not use this whatsoever. Do not get this. It's not going to do anything for you. You're just gonna look like a 12-year-old did your makeup like yesterday. And I know for the most part what I'm doing. I know I'm not the best at all, but I know for sure I'm not the worst, and I know I can make an eye look decent. So I love Anastasia, and I hate to say this is a crappy palette, but this is a crappy palette. They have to work out so much before I love this palette, to be honest. I don't even know if I would buy the one that comes out, because I spent $42 on this, and I threw away the stupid shipping label today, so I can't return it unless I want to pay for shipping, which I don't want to pay for shipping. That's something I shouldn't even have to pay to return, to be honest. I just wish I would have waited. I just jumped on it because it took me 6 months to get Modern Ren. I'm like, I'm not waiting that long this time. I'm gonna get it as soon as I can, and I did, and I 100% regret it, to be honest. So I hope this review was kind of helpful for you. I know there's a billion reviews out there right now. I've only probably seen 3 good reviews out of, like, I watched a lot yesterday, like 20 reviews, to be honest, 15 at the least, and every one of them are like, eh, they're okay, or it was really crappy. There was no in between. So Anastasia, you need to get your shit together. I hate to say it. I love Anastasia so much, and I hate to say that, but God, it's just so bad. So give this video a thumbs up if it helped you at all. Leave a comment down below. If you're gonna get this palette, I honestly don't recommend it until they do something about this, repress, whatever they do. I don't know what they're gonna do. They just don't get it until they redo something about it, because this palette's not the best. So just comment down below what you guys want to see next. I'm also up for anything. I say that in every video, and also subscribe. I upload every Monday and Friday, and I'll just see you guys on my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.